A young coyote, driven by hunger, stalks silently through the twilight forest. Its eyes are locked on a slow-moving shadow shuffling among the fallen leaves. To the inexperienced predator, this looks like an easy meal. The creature is waddling, not running, seemingly unaware of the danger lurking just a few feet away. The coyote gathers its powerful legs, muscles tensing for the final pounce. It has hunted rabbits and squirrels with ease, and this strange, dark animal appears to be no different. This will be a quick and satisfying hunt, or so the coyote believes as it leaps through the air, jaws open and ready for the kill. Suddenly the world turns into a nightmare of pure agony for the coyote. Instead of soft fur and flesh, its mouth and face are met with 1,000 piercing needles. The slow-moving shadow has instantly transformed into a pincushion of pain. The porcupine, for that is what it was, didn't even run. It simply turned its back, raised its defenses, and let the attacker impale itself. The coyote yelps, a sound of shock and excruciating pain, and backs away frantically. It paws at its snout, trying desperately to remove the dozens of sharp white quills that are now deeply embedded in its skin. A painful and unforgettable lesson. This dramatic encounter is a common story played out across North America's forests and grasslands. The porcupine is not a fighter in the traditional sense. It doesn't have powerful claws for swiping or sharp teeth for biting in defense. It doesn't need them. Its entire body is a weapon, a passive yet incredibly effective deterrent that turns the hunter into the victim. This unique defense mechanism makes the porcupine one of the most respected and avoided animals in the wild. Predators, even large and powerful ones, quickly learn that tangling with this creature is a mistake they might not survive. The scene leaves a lasting impression not just on the predator, but on anyone who witnesses it. The coyote, now whimpering and injured, retreats into the woods, its hunt a disastrous failure. The porcupine, meanwhile, calmly ambles away, continuing its search for tender bark and leaves as if nothing happened. It has won the battle without ever throwing a punch. This is the porcupine's world, a slow, steady existence protected by one of nature's most brilliant and painful inventions. The forest has one less overconfident predator tonight, all thanks to this walking fortress of quills. So what exactly is this incredible animal? The porcupine is a large rodent, part of the same family as mice, squirrels, and beavers. In fact, the North American porcupine is the second largest rodent on the continent, right after the beaver. They are found in a wide variety of habitats, from dense forests to open deserts and even high up in the mountains. They are primarily nocturnal, which means they are most active at night, when they leave their dens in hollow logs, rock crevices, or trees to forage for food. Their diet consists almost entirely of plants, including leaves, twigs, and the inner bark of trees, which they love to chew on. Porcupines are not aggressive animals. They are actually quite shy and prefer to be left alone. Their eyesight is quite poor, so they rely heavily on their excellent sense of smell and hearing to navigate their world and detect potential threats. When they sense danger, their first instinct is not to attack but to retreat. They will often try to climb the nearest tree to escape a predator, using their long, curved claws to grip the bark securely. A porcupine high up in a tree is usually safe from most land-based hunters who can only stare up from below in frustration. Despite their famous quills, porcupines are surprisingly gentle creatures when they don't feel threatened. They are solitary for most of the year, but they do seek each other out during the mating season in the fall. The males will often compete for females through elaborate displays, including singing strange, high-pitched calls. Even their mating process is a careful dance, requiring trust and cooperation to avoid any painful accidents. After a gestation period of about 7 months, the female gives birth to a single baby, called a porcupet, whose quills are soft at birth but harden within an hour. This gentle nature is what makes their defense system so fascinating. They are herbivores, peaceful and slow-moving, living a quiet life. They don't seek out trouble, but nature has equipped them with a tool so formidable that trouble rarely finds them twice. This combination of a calm demeanor and an extreme defense mechanism makes the porcupine a true standout in the animal kingdom. It's a perfect example of how an animal doesn't need to be fast or ferocious to be a master of survival, proving that sometimes the best offense is a really, really good defense. Let's talk about those quills, because they are the secret to the porcupine's success. An adult North American porcupine can have more than 30,000 of them covering its body, from its head to its tail. These quills are not ordinary hairs. They are stiff, hollow spines made of keratin, the same material as our fingernails. Each quill is incredibly sharp at the tip, and features a hidden nasty surprise microscopic backward-facing barbs. These barbs act like the barbs on a fishhook, making the quills easy to slide into skin, but incredibly difficult and painful to pull out. This is what makes them so devastatingly effective. Contrary to a popular myth, porcupines cannot shoot their quills like arrows. They can't launch them at a predator from a distance. Instead, the quills are very loosely attached to their skin. When a predator makes contact, the quills detach easily from the porcupine and embed themselves firmly in the attacker. A simple touch or a swat from the porcupine's powerful tail is enough to transfer dozens of these painful daggers. The porcupine just needs to get its back or tail close to the threat, and the predator's own actions do the rest of the work. A brilliantly simple and energy-efficient defense. Once a quill is embedded in an attacker, the real trouble begins. The barbs cause it to work its way deeper into the muscle tissue with every movement the animal makes. A quill lodged in a predator's face can travel inward, potentially piercing vital organs like an eye or even the brain. Many predators that get a face full of quills are unable to hunt or eat properly. They may starve to death slowly and painfully, a grim consequence of underestimating their prickly prey. The quills are a serious, life-threatening weapon that leaves a permanent impression on any survivor. The porcupine can regrow its quills over time, so it's never left defenseless after an encounter. This renewable armor ensures it's always ready for the next potential threat. The quills on its back are long and thick, providing maximum protection for its vital organs, while the shorter, denser quills on its tail are perfect for swatting at an attacker. This coat of daggers is a masterpiece of natural engineering, a defense so perfect that it has remained largely unchanged for millions of years. It's a simple, brutal, and effective deterrent that screams one clear message: do not touch. The list of predators who have regretted attacking a porcupine is, honestly, long and pretty varied. Even the most powerful and fearsome hunters in the forest, think twice before engaging with this prickly rodent. Mountain lions, also called cougars, are one of the top predators in North America. While some experienced mountain lions eventually figure out how to flip a porcupine onto its back to attack its unprotected belly, many younger ones make a fatal mistake. There are numerous documented cases of mountain lions found starved to death, their faces and paws just filled with infected quills, making them unable to hunt at all. Wolves, known for their intelligence and pack-hunting strategies, also learn to give porcupines a wide berth. A wolf pack might be able to take down a massive bison, but a single porcupine can injure several members of the pack in just one encounter. An injured wolf is a liability to the pack. It can't keep up during a hunt and becomes a drain on resources. So, most wolf packs will simply ignore a porcupine, deciding that the risk of injury is just not worth the small meal it would provide. The porcupine's defense is effective not just against solitary hunters but against coordinated team efforts as well. Even bears with their thick fur and tough skin are, wary. A young curious black bear might swat at a porcupine, but it'll likely get a paw full of quills for its trouble. These quills can become deeply infected, causing long-term pain and disability. An older, wiser bear knows to leave them alone. The pain and potential for infection are powerful teachers in the wild, and honestly, the memory of a quill-filled snout lasts a lifetime. Predators don't have veterinarians to help them remove quills, so an injury that might be treatable for, say, a domestic dog can actually be a death sentence in the wilderness. The only predator that has consistently mastered the art of hunting porcupines is the fisher, a member of the weasel family. The fisher is quick and agile, allowing it to repeatedly bite the porcupine's face, which is an area with very few quills. It harasses the porcupine until it becomes exhausted or weakened from blood loss, at which point the fisher can flip it over to get to its vulnerable stomach. But even for the fisher, this is a risky and difficult hunt. For nearly every other predator, from coyotes to bobcats to eagles, the lesson is, pretty clear. Attacking a porcupine is a gamble with dangerously high stakes. The porcupine's incredible defense system does more than just protect itself. It actually plays a larger, often overlooked role in the ecosystem. By being such a difficult and dangerous meal, porcupines act as a natural form of predator control. When predators are injured or even killed after trying to hunt a porcupine, it reduces the overall pressure on other prey animals in the area. A coyote with a mouthful of quills won't be hunting rabbits. A mountain lion suffering from infected wounds won't be preying on deer. The porcupine, in its own passive way, helps create a safer environment for its neighbors. This effect can be especially important for the young of other species. Fawns, nesting birds, and other vulnerable baby animals are safer when local predator populations are kept in check or distracted by painful injuries. The porcupine is like a living, walking shield for the more defenseless members of its community. It doesn't do this intentionally, of course, but its mere presence and unwillingness to be eaten provides a stabilizing effect on the local food web. It's a fascinating example of how one species' unique adaptation can have ripple effects that benefit many others around it. Furthermore, the porcupine itself is an important part of the forest's life cycle. Their habit of chewing bark and girdling trees can sometimes seem destructive, but it also helps to thin out dense forest stands. This allows more sunlight to reach the forest floor, promoting the growth of new shrubs and saplings. This in turn creates more food and habitat for a variety of other animals, from insects to birds to browsing mammals like deer. They are a force of natural change, helping to shape the very environment they live in through their daily search for food. In the end, the porcupine is far more than just a slow-moving rodent with a bad attitude. It is a keystone of survival, a testament to the power of defensive evolution, and honestly, an unlikely guardian of the forest community. Its legacy is written in the scars of predators and the survival of other prey. The sharp sting of its quills teaches a vital lesson of respect that echoes through the wilderness. And so, the next time you see a porcupine waddling along, remember that you're looking at one of nature's true champions of survival, an animal that commands respect without ever asking for it.